Hello, hello, hello. Don Jalbert here. As you know, it's episode 3 of It's a Pace podcast. Say it 3 times fast. Anyway, as you notice, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see I got a different background. I'm not in the shop. I'm actually at the home office. If you watched or read the show notes yesterday, I linked to a blog post from May 1st, 2011. It's got a picture of the house. This is in the corner room of the house. This is my house. It's been my house for 20 years, 20 plus years. This is my home office, one of the best home offices in the world. So, we're talking today. We're going to talk about it's a pace and the pace of decisions. Every decision happens for a reason, and the reason is always the same. One is you're not happy where you're at, you see where you want to get to, and you have to do things to get there. Now, you may all of a sudden decide that to get to where you want to get to is too hard, and so you alter your objective, but then you still do things. Let's say I want to make an extra $1,000 a day. Okay, I'll do DoorDash for 8 hours a day. Okay, so I come home from work and I go do DoorDash for 8 hours. Supposedly you can make good money. All right, so did I say 1,000 a month or 1,000 a week, whatever the case may be, and I hit my goal, but I have no life. And I say, you know what, it's not worth it to me. I'm gonna go do something else. But I was not happy financially. I set a goal, found a way to do it, and I decided to do it until I had more data. And then I changed the decision and I moved on. Maybe altered my goals. Maybe raise my goals. Let's take fitness. You're 250. You want to be 200. It takes you a year and a half to get there, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to 180. Or my bench press went from 135 to 255. I'm going to go for 305. I mean, there's all these decisions you can make, and what does it take to lift 305 pounds on a bench press? Well, it takes work, takes effort, takes nutrition. There's a lot of things you've got to do. But your decision is you want to do it. You want to lift 305 because you can't lift it. I want to be 200 pounds because I'm 250. I'm not happy. I'm not sleeping well. Clothes don't fit well. And I'm not happy the way I'm just walking through the airport and getting into airplane seats. So you're not happy. There's friction. You make a decision. Sometimes that decision will take years to make, and sometimes it may be I'm out. I want that new watch. I don't have the money for that $3,000 watch, that $5,000 watch. That's not right. I am going to make more money. How do I do that? And you study it. Maybe you become a TikTok sensation. Maybe Instagram. Sponsorship deals on your fitness program. Who knows? Who cares? And it may be working at Home Depot, maybe doing DoorDash, whatever the case may be. You've made a decision because you're not happy where you are financially. You need to get more money. Well, maybe it's get a college degree. Maybe it's get a master's degree. Maybe it's additional certification. Become a certified network engineer. Supposedly that's supposed to be really good. Become a truck driver. I don't recommend that for anybody. It's tough work, but there's a demand right now. So that friction, I don't have enough money. I'm not fit enough, gets to you, and it finally gets to you. And you say, that's where I want to get to. I want to be over there. I want to be 200 pounds. I want 50,000 more a year. And then you map out a plan to get there. But that decision has been made after weighing the pros and cons, and you figure out what it takes to get there. And then you either say, yes, that's what I'm going to go do, or you adjust and then say, yes, that's what I'm going to go do, or you say, I'm going to stay right here. It's too hard. I'm comfortable watching Netflix 3 hours a day. And if that's your goal, great. I'm not dismissing Netflix. I watch Netflix. So that pace of a decision comes based upon how uncomfortable you are in the current situation. That's it. That's all it is. Then a decision is made. Lose weight, make more money, make less money. I'm tired of paying taxes. Move. I hate being in this house because I hate cutting the lawn. Who knows? Who cares? But there's discomfort. Now, I'm wearing a specific shirt today as well. Bulleit Ride. Great product. Well, I like the product. Don't say it's great. I like the product. They have a facility in Shelbyville, Kentucky, great visitor center. This is where I bought the shirt, great place. But they opened up a facility in Lebanon, Kentucky, a couple hours away. New distillery, new storage, the whole 9 yards. Well, why? They could have just expanded it in Shelbyville. So they weighed the pros and cons. They weren't happy with something at Shelbyville. Maybe it's a single production facility, and if something were to happen, they're out of business. All they need is a fire, and they're down for 6 months. 7 years from now, they're not making any sales. So they weighed the benefits, the risk involved, and said, let's open the Lebanon, Kentucky facility. This podcast was a decision. I was like, man, what I did in Afghanistan and what I've done in the last 10 years and how the previous 20 years led up to that, and the information I have, these 10 foundational principles, let me get them out there. Others may learn, others may find out stuff. And that's the whole start and the decision. I didn't do this 2 days ago. I've been thinking about this for years. I can show you an email from 2013 where I thought, you know what? This is here's my concept, and someone who I respect and has done more than very successful in the world. Financially, his relationships are great. Everything about this guy is he's a rock star, and I hope I have him on the podcast and I interview him one of these days. But I gave him the concept, like, hey, I made a decision to go to Afghanistan, and I think there's some benefits of going there that I can share with people. And I gave him the outline, and he thought, man, that's really cool. You should press ahead with that. And that was 7 years ago. And it just kept eating at me. And I kept saying, I want to get that podcast out there. Finally, the discomfort was enough where I said, screw it. I don't care if Johnny Pants 348 doesn't like my Bulleit t-shirt, or thinks I'm too pasty in the YouTube video, or hates the sound of my voice. But I decided to go ahead and do this. And it's that discomfort. So how much discomfort, how much friction, whether it's fitness, financially, in your professional / business world, are you having? Where do you want to get to? That plan, execution is the decision. Not that. It's that simple. Decisions are about change. And let's just remember that. So anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. I really appreciate you guys for playing along. The pace of a decision is very important. It's kind of a unique concept, I guess. But the pace of a decision can take years, like the start of this podcast. It could be milliseconds, like jumping on a grenade, or Diageo could have taken 3 years of study and case studies to open up the new distillery in Lebanon, Kentucky. So, but everybody's got their own pace. What's your discomfort, and where do you want to get to, and what do you think it will take to get there? And that process, that mapping out of success, is another story altogether. But I just want to say thank you for playing along. It's a pace, and we'll talk to you next episode. Thank you for playing along.